Right now, a new neighbors jump into action to save a grandmother and daughter from a River Falls home explosion. And on Capitol Hill, discussions continue about a COVID relief package. We'll compare the competing plans from Democrats versus Republicans.
This is News 3 Now at noon.
Good afternoon, I'm Mark Kent. Thanks for joining us. It is Groundhog Day, and Sun Prairie's Jimmy predicted an early end to winter, but Puxatawny Phil in Pennsylvania disagrees. We have conflicting computer runs here, Chris Reese. What do you think?
You know, it really cracks me up because you would have thought that Punxsutawney would have been the one to say the early spring because it all has to do with cloud cover and whether or not you're able to see the sun. Pennsylvania is still getting in on the accumulating snow. It's the same snow mark that was there at this time yesterday, yet Punxsutawney still managed to see his shadow. We had clear skies overhead, but nonetheless, well, I guess I shouldn't say completely clear, but we don't have anything falling out of the sky, but we had more cloud cover today. So Jimmy the groundhog said, nope, no shadow, an early start to spring. Sure, he can say that, but reality may be a little bit different. 27 our temperature right now, the wind chill down at 20, 28 in Janesville, 30 for our friends in Camp Douglas, and you see how wind chills are overall about 10 degrees cooler depending on where you are. As we look ahead, Mark, we'll see the mix of the sun and the clouds going into the rest of the afternoon. We're at about our high, but I'm talking another chance for snow and some of the coldest air that we've seen in a couple years around here. I've pulled out words like hypothermia and wind chill, so I don't know about winter being over just yet.
It's a real winter this time.
Yes, it is.
All right, we'll see you in a few minutes, Chris. Thank you. New at noon, a referee who collapsed during a high school boys basketball game last night has died. WithSports.net's Travis Wilson says the ref passed away shortly after collapsing at the game between Richland Center and Mount Horeb. Wilson tweeted that despite the tragic outcome, the people who jumped into action to administer CPR deserve a huge thank you. This is a developing story. We'll have updates on channel3000.com. Two people are in the hospital after a house exploded and caught fire in River Falls last night. Thankfully, they had help getting to safety.
We understand that neighbors were directly involved in helping get them out of the house, which was still on fire at the time.
He went into the house because he was listening for screams and stuff, and he managed to pull the lady out of the rubble and save her from the building collapsing on her.
A grandmother is in critical condition and her daughter suffered minor burns. The cause of the explosion is under investigation. The city administrator says there's no indication of foul play. In Racine County, the Burlington Area School District canceled classes today after a number of school buses caught fire. They were parked in a lot near Burlington High School. Around 4 a.m., a deputy saw smoke and fire coming from a bus. The Thomas Bus Company was closed at the time and no employees were there. The fire is under investigation. Officials with the Dodge County Sheriff's Office are asking the public to help find a Huber inmate who did not return to the jail. 50-year-old David Pirtle has an active arrest warrant. He was serving Huber sentences on GPS monitoring and OWI and restricting an officer. Officials say his last known address is in Fond du Lac. He may be driving a 2016 black Nissan Altima or a 2007 gray Chrysler 300. To our coronavirus headlines now, some parts of Europe are still struggling with a growing number of COVID cases, but others are seeing bright spots as restrictions begin to lift. Rome is slowly shaking off months of lockdown with restaurants and tourist sites reopening. In the famous Colosseum, opera singers signal a new beginning for Italians.
I was so happy. Yeah, for the first time there is something positive in COVID.
But other parts of Europe remain frozen as the outbreak surges. France is tightening its borders as COVID cases rise, along with the death toll. Officials in Paris are now considering a third lockdown, but some restaurants are rebelling by staying open despite orders to close. President Biden is trying to gain support for his $1.9 trillion coronavirus relief package, but congressional Democrats are taking steps to pass the bill on their own if the bipartisan effort falls short, that is. Natalie Brand has more details from the White House.
Democratic leaders have now introduced budget resolutions in the House and Senate, paving the way for them to potentially pass President Biden's coronavirus relief package without support from Senate Republicans.
We are not going to dilute, dither, or delay. The needs of the American people are so demanding. We need to think big, and we need to act quickly.
In an effort to negotiate with Republicans, the president spent 2 hours talking to a group of GOP senators who have a counterproposal a third of the size of the administration's $1.9 trillion plan.
I wouldn't say that we came together on a package tonight. No one expected that in a 2-hour meeting. But what we did agree to do is to follow up and talk further.
Both sides acknowledge there are areas of common ground, but the White House press secretary says the president will not settle for a package that fails to meet the moment. Both the administration and Republican proposals include $160 billion for COVID vaccinations and testing. But on unemployment insurance, the White House wants $400 a week through September, while Republicans want $300 a week through June. The White House wants $1,400 stimulus checks for most Americans, with Republicans proposing $1,000 for people in lower income brackets.
It's more rhetoric to say that, oh my gosh, the house is on fire, when in reality, if you look at what the data is from the Fed, the families are doing pretty well based upon what we've already done.
Senator Bill Cassidy points out that all 5 previous relief packages have passed with bipartisan support, adding up to nearly $3.5 trillion in aid. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Another major sticking point is how much money, if any, Congress should appropriate for state and local governments. The president's proposal includes $350 billion, while the GOP plan has $0. As the pandemic continues, Summerfest has been pushed back to September. The music festival is planned for the first 3 weekends of September. Organizers say they pushed concerts back to allow more time for people to receive the COVID vaccine. Some of the headliners have already been announced, including Blink-182, Khalid, Chris Stapleton, Dave Matthews Band, and Guns N' Roses. A well-known Badger could be a Green Bay Packer. Former Wisconsin Badger and current defensive coordinator for the Badgers, Jim Leonhard, is interviewing for the Packers' defensive coordinator job. That's according to ESPN. Leonhard is among at least 9 candidates applying for the job. The 38-year-old has been a DC for the Badgers for the past 4 seasons. In those seasons, Badgers ranked 2nd in total defense and forced the 2nd most turnovers of any FBS team during that span. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Wings have been knocked down from the #1 spot in America's favorite Super Bowl spread. An update on the new leader when we come back.
When Old Man Winter brings you a plumbing emergency, call RHD for help. Reliable, honest, dedicated. With 24/7 emergency service for your home or business. RHD Plumbing.
Andrew Larson here with Larson Home Services. Normally, this is the time of year my team would get to meet a lot of you at all the area home shows. But since we can't do that this year, we'd like to take our exhibit on the road and safely and responsibly show you why now is the perfect time to replace your gutters with a new LeafGuard gutter system. They're guaranteed to never clog, so you can keep that ladder in the garage where it belongs. If you ever have an issue, my team will come out and take care of it for free.
They're the best. I don't have to worry about the gutters getting clogged up with the seeds, the branches, the dirt, the roof sheddings, and it's just one less worry for me.
Love it. And right now, get our home show special. Get free installation labor, free financing for 12 months, and a $100 Visa gift card with your new LeafGuard gutter purchase. Don't wait. Call now to schedule your free estimate.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Did you know that 178 million Americans are missing at least one tooth?
It's true. That's why at Affordable Dentures and Implants, we only focus on tooth replacement solutions.
Whether it's a single tooth, full dentures, or dental implants, we have an experienced dentist who can create a new smile just for you.
At a price that's affordable.
Because at Affordable Dentures and Implants, we want you to
go ahead and smile.
Well, they're iced up in the winter, they're foggy in the summer. Chips, cracks, and sags can be quite a bummer. If you're not sure, then look for these clues, 'cause you may suffer from the vinyl window blues.
I'm Scott, the window guy from AHT Wisconsin Windows. Our windows don't ice up, fog, chip, crack, or sag because we use a solid core composite frame that's 400% stronger than vinyl.
Get free installation on any door or window purchase at scottthewindowguy.com.
When Old Man Winter brings you a plumbing emergency, call RHD for help. Reliable, honest, dedicated. With 24/7 emergency service for your home or business. RHD Plumbing.
Well, Amazon has reached a settlement with the Federal Trade Commission to pay Amazon Flex delivery drivers more than $61 million. The settlement stems from hundreds of complaints the FTC says it received from the drivers. The e-commerce giant advertised hourly pay from $18 to $25 for its Flex drivers, plus 100% of the tips they earn. FTC officials say the company reduced that hourly pay, then used tips to cover the difference. Amazon disputes that it was unclear in its statements about driver pay. The company maintains the average Amazon Flex driver earns more than $25 an hour. Pfizer boosts its vaccine goal for the year and a new preferred centerpiece of the Super Bowl spread. Diane King Hall has more in your Money Watch report.
The first drug maker out with its coronavirus vaccine is out with its quarterly report card today. Pfizer says earnings totaled $594 million on revenue of more than $11.6 billion. The company, which produced its COVID-19 vaccine in partnership with BioNTech, says it expects to sell about $15 billion worth of doses this year. What can Brown do for you? UPS continues to mightily move both essential and non-essential packages amid the ongoing pandemic. The shipping giant is one of the transportation providers tapped to ship vaccine doses. And overall package volume soared in its fourth quarter, with sales reaching nearly $25 billion. Google has agreed to pay $2.6 million to settle racial and gender bias claims to more than 5,500 employees and past job applicants. The tech giant is accused of discriminating against female engineers and Asians in California and Washington State between 2014 to 2017. The company agreed to the settlement without acknowledging any wrongdoing. And wings are no longer king of the Super Bowl spread. DoorDash is out with its Game Day Eats report, and the mighty mozzarella stick came out on top this year. Boneless wings came in second, followed by chips and salsa, Caesar salad, and pepperoni pizza. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Diane King Hall.
Thank you, Diane. Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrials up 571 points. The NASDAQ up 215. The S&P 500 up 62. Well, still ahead at noon, sunny today and tomorrow, but snow and freezing rain chances are on the way. After that, bitter cold. Chris has the details in your First Warn forecast coming up.
Thanks for calling 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Do you make junk disappear?
Yes, ma'am.
When?
Now.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
When it comes to 2020, it's time to wipe the slate clean and get a fresh start now at Herzing University. Earn the degree you need for a lasting career. Herzing is accredited, transfer-friendly, and offers you the personal care and support so important during these times. We'll even waive your enrollment fee. A new year, a new career. You've got a clean slate. I'm possible at Herzing. Call or click today.
It's a fact. We use our internet and TV more than ever, with most of us spending nearly 7 hours a day online. So it's no wonder thousands of families are switching to Spectrum, because most families have up to 8 connected devices, which means they need even more speed. Switch to Spectrum Internet and get the fastest starting speeds for the price. 200 megabits for just $44.99 a month, with a free modem and free security suite included. Call 833-546-4499. When it comes to TV, we're watching more than ever. In fact, 80% of us watch TV every day. Spectrum TV lets you catch all your favorite sports, news, and more live. Plus, download the free Spectrum TV app and watch on your devices. Switch to Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-546-4499. The fact is, Spectrum has the best services at the best price. Switch to Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each with no contracts. We'll even buy out your current contract. Call 833-546-4499.
Thanks for calling 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Do you make junk disappear?
Yes, ma'am.
When?
Now.
And that! Ooh, take it all!
When you want junk to disappear, all you have to do is point.
Wednesday morning, the Wisconsin Union's Winter Carnival is kicking off.
We'll fill you in on all of the fun events going on this week, plus how they're adjusting to the pandemic. We'll see you starting at 4:30 on News 3 Now this morning.
Waking up to stuff like this should never be a surprise. Watch News 3 Now First Warn Weather so you always know what's headed our way. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Let's check in now with Q106 Farm Director Pam Yankee on this wintry Tuesday. Boy, it's winter out there.
Well, you know, but it's going to feel a whole lot more like winter by the end of this week. I was just talking with Lisa Johnson, horticulture educator from Dane County Extension. I said, you know, there's a lot of people that are going to get excited about spring gardening, and already they're starting to talk about seed supply shortages. So if you're thinking about a garden in 2021, maybe you've never gone down that path, start making your plans now and try to make sure that you're securing at least the seed, because apparently it's going to be another one of those years of high demand. Well, demand is part of the equation that we're talking about today in the markets. One story that's kind of a watch and see what happens situation is African swine fever. You know, here in the United States, we're worried about the different variants that we're hearing about with COVID-19 virus. Well, guess what? In China, they are starting to develop variants of the African swine fever that decimated their pork population there. Apparently, what's happening is farmers in China have decided that they're going to use what they call illicit drugs, namely drugs not approved by the government to treat African swine fever in hogs, and that has led to a new strain of the virus that is continuing to impact their hog population. So they're not really getting a handle on that African swine fever situation. That's part of the reason why our grain trade has been a little erratic this week. If for some reason China suddenly loses a lot of hogs and doesn't need all the grain that they've purchased, and boy, they have been purchasing big time, both corn and soybeans, well, obviously that's going to start to worry those traders in Chicago. So it's a wait and see situation to see how much this African swine fever situation is going to resurge in China. They thought that they had pretty much gotten themselves back on the path to feeding themselves, but apparently there's still some problems in the country. Talking also about what's happening right here at home with our livestock. Just got a note from the Equity Livestock Sales Association. In light of the pandemic, they have decided to cancel all of their district meetings. Normally that was a great chance to get together and kind of talk about the year. Kurt Larson, the president CEO of Equity Livestock, says that people will still have access to the financial information. All they have to do is kind of just wait for him to compile it and get it ready to go. So that's another meeting off the charts. Barrel cheese unchanged today. 40-pound block cheese up 3/4 cent at $1.59. AA butter though, Mark, here we go, up 8 1/4, $1.29 1/4. Our retirement fund looking better again today.
There you go. Just keep it going up. All right, Pam, thank you. Here's Chris now with your forecast.
Hey, we're seeing the sunshine out there today. Earlier this morning, we had a little bit more cloud cover. That's why Jimmy and Sun Prairie did not see a shadow. But the clouds broken up, we see a lot more blue, and we're going to start seeing blue in terms of temperature as well. Even though Jimmy says there's a start to an early spring, we have an Arctic blast that is on the way. And folks, I'm expecting the coldest air that we have seen since January of 2019. Highs near zero, lows in the teens below zero, wind chills even colder than that, perhaps as cold as 35 below zero. And not only that, does it come for the weekend, this cold has some staying power. We're talking some cold that really just sits over this part of the country, perhaps into the end of next week. So multiple days of cold are on the way. You look at the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, and it's right here in the upper Midwest that has the greatest probability of below normal temperatures. But really, that's the entire lower 48. Now we expand this out for the next 2 weeks, and still it's the upper Midwest with that greatest probability of seeing temperatures that are below normal. In addition to the cold, we have another chance for snow that is on the way. This one comes our direction likely into Thursday. So this time on Thursday, about 48 hours from now, I expect snow to be falling. And the overall model trend has been a little bit colder with this, so it's a little bit snowier. So we've seen some of the snow totals come up as we have gone through time. So yeah, Winter's still here. That being said, we have more alert days. An alert day Thursday, at least 2 to 5 inches of accumulation. We have a plus on there. We could see a little bit of ice mixed in as well. Then we have the alert days that go for Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday and Tuesday. All of those are going to be towards the cold, and I will tell you that even some of the model data now continues to trend a little bit colder. That being said, enjoy the sunshine out there and relative warmth that we have over the upper Midwest. Temperatures right now are at 27. The wind chill is 20. A week from now, we can put a negative in front of that, which is a whole 40 degrees cooler. 28, the temperature in Janesville right now. Lone Rock coming in at 26. Viroqua is also at 28. Watoma coming in with the same number there. We take you hour by hour. I still expect these temperatures to stay about where they are into the afternoon. We'll see a little bit more cloud cover tonight. Lows fall down towards 10 degrees. It's tomorrow. We do it all over again. That mix of sun and clouds early. Temperatures are into the upper 20s, and then the clouds really begin to move in. Now we're moving into your Thursday at lunchtime. And you see the mess and stress that is on the weather map that's going to be hanging around all the way through the evening commute as well before coming to an end overnight and into early Friday. But snowfall amounts right now look to be in that 2 to 4 to 4 to 6 inch range. But like I said, some of the models are trying to up the ante on that. There we have it, your alert streak. I could say alert day, but we have multiple alert days in that forecast. Again, that is for a stretch of cold, and we have more snow chances Saturday and then again next Monday. But thankfully, those just kind of look like light snow deals as of now, nothing major. So
that's all you got?
Take it or leave it, Mark. But welcome to a real Wisconsin winter out there.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Folks in Milwaukee and Green Bay were using the hashtag Wimpy Winter. I think things are about to change on that front.
All right, Chris, thank you. Well, Mr. Food is in the test kitchen making ravioli pesto pie.
With today being Groundhog Day, I thought it'd be fun to share a recipe with you that would be fitting whether Punxsutawney Phil saw his shadow or not. You see, if he did, that means we would have 6 more weeks of winter, and this dish would be perfect since it's so comforting. On the other hand, if he didn't see his shadow, that would mean that spring would come early, so all the springtime flavors in this dish would be even more timely. All we do is boil a bag of frozen ravioli according to the package directions. While that drains, we mix together some homemade or bottled pesto, a jar of chopped pimentos that we drained really well, some Parmesan cheese, and a generous amount of sliced pepperoni. Now we add the ravioli and give it a good toss. After it's coated, we dump it into a pie plate, sort of leveling it out and finishing it off with lots of mozzarella. All that's left to do is cover it, pop it in the oven until it's heated through and the cheese is melted. Does this ever look good or what? Like I said, it's warm and comforting, yet its fresh taste is all but teasing us that spring is right around the corner. The recipe for our ravioli pesto pie is online now and is ready and waiting to serve up no matter what our little groundhog friend predicted. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we're looking for a dish that's a winner beyond a shadow of a doubt. In other words, ooh, it's so good.
All right, Howard, thank you. Coming up next at noon, Angie Edge from the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin will show us how to make the ultimate queso dip just in time for Super Bowl Sunday. Stay with us.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Menards has the flooring you need to give your home a fresh look. Check out our great selection of Shaw flooring. Durable laminate flooring can be installed over most floors. Repel Cumberland laminate flooring is water resistant, making it perfect for living rooms and entryways. It's available in 3 unique wood grain finishes to match any decor. It's only $2.19 a square foot. Now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
There's nothing like the smoking good taste of award-winning beef butter barbecue. Melt in your mouth Texas smoked brisket right here in Madison. Order for delivery or takeout and see the world's first 20-foot takeout conveyor, delivering barbecue right to your car window. You can also get touchless catering and packaged meals for business or special events. Now through February 28th, go online and nominate Beef Butter Barbecue for the Best of Madison 2021. Best barbecue, best curbside pickup. Visit beefbutterbbq.com today.
Exciting things call for a drum roll, like this new offer on one of Wisconsin's favorite lotto games. It's Badger 5 with Lightning Ball. During February, there's a 1 in 3 chance that a lightning ball strikes a play. When it does, players get an extra number, which means better odds of winning a prize. Jackpot not included, only in February. This exciting offer from the Wisconsin Lottery is going fast.
These deals are amazing.
I know. How do we get them?
Okay, we have to be very subtle about asking, like this.
Like this?
No, like this.
Actually, you don't have to do any of that. Switch and get the Samsung Galaxy S21 5G for free.
Even without the...
You would have gotten it anyway.
Cool.
Get the Samsung Galaxy S21 5G free with no hidden requirements. US Cellular.
Love lower than low prices? Then get more ways to save at Pick 'n Save, where you can find personalized coupons, weekly deals, and rewards like fuel points. All for prices that are lower than low. On food that's fresher than fresh. Pick 'n Save. Fresh for everyone.
Welcome back. Angie Edge from the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin is here to show us the perfect Super Bowl game dip. Hi, Ange.
Hi, thanks for having me, Mark. You know, it is the week of the big game, and we've got you covered with a lot of great Wisconsin cheese recipes. So whether you're looking for a little inspiration for a Wisconsin cheese board, we have dips, sandwiches, pizzas, you name it, getting ready for the big game. So I chose one of the easiest recipes, and I think it's great to make your recipes ahead of time so that you can have everything ready just in time for the game. So this is a queso dip you can make ahead of time and put it in a crock pot and keep it warm. So you're gonna start out in a saucepan over low heat. You're gonna melt some real Wisconsin butter. You're gonna add in some flour, a little cumin, and a little garlic powder to thicken the base of your sauce. And then we also have some milk in this recipe as well, so lots of dairy. Once you bring those 3 ingredients to a boil on your stovetop, you're gonna keep whisking them together. You're gonna add the star ingredient, which is 2.5 cups of Wisconsin shredded Havarti cheese. It's gonna add a lot of creaminess to your cheese dip and a lot of flavor as well. And then you can see I also added in 1 1/2 cups of fresh pico de gallo. And so the dip is really creamy. You can serve it hot, you can serve it warm. It's just a great way to enjoy throughout the entire game. So if you've never bought Havarti before, it's a great cheese. We have several Wisconsin cheese companies that make Havarti and a lot of local producers as well. So always look for that proudly Wisconsin cheese mark when you're buying your cheese. And also we've won over 200 awards for our Havarti alone. So there's so many different options when you're getting ready for the big game this weekend.
All right, lots of good stuff.
Lots of great stuff. So check it out at wisconsincheese.com. You can find this delicious queso dip recipe as well as a lot of other ideas for the weekend.
All right, Angie, have a great time. Thank you. Here's Chris with one final check of the forecast.
Of course, several alert days are in that forecast. Today's one of the quiet days and one of the warmer days, but our next snow chance arrives on Thursday. Brutal cold arrives by the weekend and into early next week. Model trends continue to trend colder and snowier, so we'll watch it closely.
All right, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, have yourselves a great afternoon.